Morning everybody, welcome back to Motorcycle Junkie. My name's Carl and today we are going to, I think we're going to go back and have a play with this old Keeway. Probably going to do some on the back end. I know I spent some time messing about and creating that back end, but the more I look at it, the more I've decided I don't like it. So, and I know not everybody agrees with me going by the comments on the page, but I'm tempted to hack that back off again and then revisit the mudguard idea and have a bit of a tail on it. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is take the seat and the mudguard and the lights and the indicator, take all that shit off and then take another look at it. As you know, this is just a bike we're having a bit of fun with. It may or may not turn into a road bike, but we'll see. We'll just see how this develops. Incidentally, for those regular people following my channel, I've got this Leafan scooter here, which is a bit of a bag of shit, but I only give 50 quid for it. And I've tinkered with it and got it going, and it now sort of starts and rides. Although realistically, it's not going to go back on the road. Stuck it up on Facebook Marketplace. Don't you just love Facebook Marketplace? If you want some entertainment, just put something for sale on Facebook Marketplace. But yeah, I've had all sorts of stupid comments. I've put it up for 125 quid. Yeah, I know I paid 50 quid for it and I've not really spent anything on it, but that's what I want for it. I don't care if I don't sell it, I don't sell it. We'll just cut it up or have some fun with it later, you know. I don't need to sell it, other than the most valuable thing that I will gain from selling it will be the space. But anyway, I've made it very clear in the ad that it's 125, it's a parts bike, it's unlikely to go back on the road, and it's 125 firm. I'm not budging. Yeah, that is very clear from the advert. We still get the Mohammeds texting £80 cash click now, which you just sort of do. Yeah, I'll take the piss. I'll have a bit of fun with these guys. Just had a guy £100 collect now, so I replied 150. So he replied, keep it. So I thought, will do. You know, I'm just gonna have a bit of fun with these. I don't give a shit whether I sell it or not. Anyway, look, we digress. Let's get these seat and bits. Oh, I'll tell you what we'll do. It's not been started for a long time, this. Let's see if let's do a cold start on it, see if she'll go. Life in the battery, it's been a few weeks. Full choke. Fuel. Not sure there's any fuel in it either. Right, let's go. Turned over a bit, but it went. It's on choke. Ah, well, yeah, it went anyway. Right, yeah. Let me get this back end stripped down, and yeah, we'll come back. Right, that's the back end stripped back down again. Oh shit! Anyone else have a shit then? Right, what I've got to do then is set about that arse end with my disc cutter and undo all my hard work. Hey ho! Well, set an example, which is usually a bad one. Right. I think I've cut through that hoop actually, but hey ho, we just have to weld it back up, won't we? Yeah, we have. Right, it's off. I dropped it, so there you go. So we'll keep that because we can reuse those old brackets when we remount the indicators. Right, that's going to need a clean up as well, so let me get that done. Okay, right, just got to tickle that up with a sander as well now, just to smooth it out a bit. That'll do for now. So yeah, you can see there quite clearly I've caught that with a grinder and split it open, but I'm sure we can weld that back up. Right, mudguard itself. Oh, come here you. So over there, so I'm thinking something like that, nice and high, and then probably put a bracket across there, pick those two holes up. Let's get you in so you can see, because if I fit this nice and firm I can actually mount the light to it. So if I can put that there like that, make some sort of bracket and pick those two holes up, probably pick that third one up there as extra support as well, or cut a bit more off it. Right, I'll find myself some metal, have a bit of a play round, see what I can come up with, and then we'll pop you back in for a look. Right, progress so far, which isn't a lot. I've just cut a strip of metal there, as you can see, a bit rough at the minute. Bolted that to the mudguard, and if I offer that up to the frame in roughly that position, I can weld that on, and then hopefully I can make another bracket. You're picking up that centre hole there, and then also bolting onto those two bolts either side, which hold the seat on, so they'll become dual purpose. They'll hold the mudguard and the seat. That's the plan so far, so I've got to try and knock up another bracket for that other side of the mudguard, and that should hold that very firmly. Right, crack on. Right, it's weldy time. I think I've got it about right. I'll just get a tape measure out and fine tune that, but we've got a bracket on the top here, which we're going to weld to the frame there and there, And then we've got another one here. I've used 2 pieces of angle iron to bolt to where the seat is, and then a cross brace bolted in the centre, and then I'm going to weld it there, and obviously on the other side as well. That very, very firm. That should hold the number plate, no problem. And the backlight assembly and everything. From the side, it works for me, and I'm the only one that matters. Now when we've welded that, I'm going to hack off that excess piece of mudguard there. It serves no purpose, so we'll lose it. Okay, right, I'm going to have a final measure up, make sure that's all in straight and in line. I think it's very slightly off actually, but then we'll get the welder out, stick it together, and I'll get the chance to try out my new what do you call it, the welding mask, auto darkening. Never used one before, so looking forward to that. Right, cheers then guys, we'll bring you back in when we've got it all stuck together, or I might film me welding, I don't know, we'll see how I feel. Right, bring you back in for another look. We've welded that piece in there, cleaned it all up. We need to dress a lot of these welds, but we'll do that when we're down to a bare frame. So that's where the mudguard bolts on. The front bracket I've got up there on the washing line, drying. I'm going to throw some paint on that. What else? Got to clean the mudguard up, which I've got up here, and I need to cut it down a bit as well, which I've marked a line there. So we'll get that cut down, paint that, and start putting it back together, see what it looks like. Quite pleased with how this has gone. Okay guys, we'll come back and have a look later. Right, I've just given that a paint, and I've hand painted it with Smooth Right, not Hammerite Smooth Right, but Aldi's equivalent of. So I'm probably not going to put that together today. I'll give the mudguard a little bit of a polish, but it'll come up much better than that. That was just a very brief rub down. Yeah, I think we'll call it a day today. Who's bloody making that real? Yeah, we'll crack on tomorrow, get that mudguard fitted on, and then we can probably see about getting the light fitted as well. Quite looking forward to see how that turns out. Yeah, we'll call it a day guys. I've got the leaf fan out as well, because I've got a guy coming down to have a look at that. Got it up for 125 quid. Paid 50 for it, not really spent anything on it, just bought it as a non-runner and it now runs. So kick that down the road, let someone else deal with that. Not particularly interested. Anyway, that'll do for now. We'll resume tomorrow and carry on with this Keeway. Cheers. Right, that's all the toys put away. And there's a gap where the LF125 scooter used to stand. Just sold it, 125 quid. So I really need to do with getting rid of a couple more to make some space. So yes, that'll do for now anyway. We'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Morning guys, it's the next morning. We've got our paint. It was only brush painted, but it seems to have dried. So we are going to put together those bits and pieces I made yesterday, the mudguard and what have you. Right, what I've done is my naff little bracket. there. Right, let's see how it all goes together. Yeah, 3 hands is quite useful. There we go. So there's 2 bolts at the back. Actually, I can't put the end bolts on because they hold the seat as well. So with hindsight, what I should have done is put a washer either side of that bracket to account for the brackets on the seat, but I think we'll get it in. So what I've got to do now is get the bracket and the seat all lined up together. So I've not made it easy for myself. Then how else could I have done it? Right, save you lot watching me struggle trying to get that on. Let me just get that bolted into place, then we'll stand back and have a look at it. Right, that's not going to work. Bit of a fuck up really. What I've done, this rough old bracket here would work, but what I've done is I've measured it to go to the outside of those, like that. That won't work because obviously with that in you can't slide the seat down. What it needs to do is that and go on the inside, but it doesn't. So I've got to come up with another bracket, probably make something similar to this, but it's got to fit on the inside of those seats brackets for this idea to work. So I'm going to set about trying to come up with something else, and when I do, fuck it, you guys will be the first to know. Right, hopefully see you in what will be a couple of hours for me, but probably 2 minutes for you. Right, so this is what I've done. Bar welded in across there, as you can see, and then another small bar joining the mudguard to that bar. I can use this bar as well to mount other bits and pieces. I think I've still got the indicator relay. Does it look pretty? No, not really. Is it going anywhere? No. Plus the seat's going to be on top of that, so it's functional. Right, now where were we this morning? We were trying to put the seat on, weren't we? Right, let's do that, put the seat on, and then we'll see about getting the rear light and number plate mounted back up. Cheers. Right, I was struggling to get that seat on, to be honest with you, because when you've got the seat on, you're trying to get your hands like up under here. It's hard to get these bolts started and then do it up through the holes. So to overcome that, I have made a small modification to the seat. I put slots in. So now I can start those bolts, as you see I have done. And then I should be able to just drop the seat on and run them up. In theory. There we go. Fuck's sake, one of my ideas has worked. Right. Let's do them up. Right, in fact I won't tighten them, I've just done them hand tight. Let's start working out where this light can go. Let's start working out where you guys can stand so you're not in my way. Right. Now that works just on the end there. But that's probably going to make the number plate sit up too high. I don't know what the rules and regulations are with angle of number plate. I know very few bikes are sort of bolt upright vertical, but how far you can have them leaning before that becomes a problem. So if I was to put that there, and then the number plate went there, is that too far? I think what I ideally need to do is modify this light so it's sort of sitting at that angle, but it means another bracket to bring it up there like that. More things to think about, I'm afraid. The other thing as well I've just noticed, I'll show you, so it's only a little thing, but let me just push this forward a bit. Now, so I'm just folding your legs up, guys. I could do with one of them cameras that mount on your head, so I can film a bit better. Right, so yeah, the other thing I'm not entirely happy about is that just about you can see the cut edge of that mudguard. I am going to try and make some panels, side panels for this, so I suppose I could extend them back to cover that a little bit, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, overall, what do you guys think? Drop your opinions in the comments, whether you think it was better how I had it with the light mounted directly on that seat hoop, or whether you think it looks better with the mudguard as I've got it. It's not actually going to change anything because I like the mudguard, so it's actually staying like that, but I would still be I'll still be interested in what you think. Right, I'm going to have a tinker around with different methods of putting that light bracket on, see what I can come up with. Alright guys, we'll jump in and out as and when we make progress. Now I don't know if I forgot to press record or I've lost footage, but either way I've fitted that backlight and number plate and I haven't got it on film, but there it is. and I've got to say, I like it. I did have to muller that bracket a little bit, but we got it on, and I do like it. I think that looks much better than how I had it before with the rear light mounted straight onto that hoop. Still got to do something with that cut off edge under there. Really don't like that at all. It's probably because I've seen it and it just keeps catching my eye now. But yeah, even if it's just trimming that up a bit more, I don't know, but I've got to do something with that. What we need now, of course, is to mount these indicators on, which are the original Keeway indicators. And I've got to figure out a way of probably get them there somehow. Now what I can do is that that bracket that I made, that I hacked off because I changed my mind about using it. I've still got it, and it's still got those plates on the side, which I can repurpose if I cut it off down there and probably just weld them straight onto the frame. I don't know, but that's my next job. I'm going to turn the camera off while I just cut those off and prep them, and if you be good little boys, I'll try and remember to put the damn thing back on again. Right, let's do that. Right, I've cut those two brackets off, which were on there, something like that. But now I've got to clean them up and shape them, and I want them cleaned up and shaped exactly the same. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is a big bastard. I'm going to bolt them together. Whoops. They don't quite align anyway, but yeah. So anyway, now I'm going to put another. I've probably got to drill that out actually, but I'm going to put another bolt through that hole, so they're bolted together, and then I'm going to clean them up and shape them, and then well, I'll clean them up and shape them, and we'll come back and have a look. I'll show you what I'm going to do, but it does involve the welder again. Right, let's crack on. Right, I've cleaned off down to bare metal on the side there, where I'm going to weld these plates on both sides. It's not really important exactly where they go. What is important though is that they're the same height and that they're level. What I think I'm going to do is tack the first one on, put the indicator itself on the bracket, and then sort of try and line the other one up to it. It's all going to be by eye. Let's just hope I get it right. Let's go for it. Well, that's on enough for me to try and line up the second one. Is that fucking twisted? It is, isn't it? Fucking twat. Is it? How does that look, guys? Are they level? Properly there, so that's going to spit holler a bit, isn't it? Should be able to get a fairly decent weld on them, hopefully. Yep, we're committed. Let's go for it. Don't you guys? Yeah. Little fucking arm in it. I think I might have to wheel this inside, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to wheel the bike inside the shed. Finish welding that up, and then I'm going to be really stupid or brave and show you the welds before I clean them up. Right, let's get that done. Right, we're done. Full disclosure, my dodgy welding, but I'll clean it up. I don't think it's going to fall off. It's holding an indicator at the end of the day, isn't it? And then the other side's not even as pretty as that. It's where I blew on the top there, I blew a hole in it, so I was tacking away trying to fill that hole in, still smouldering. Right, let's clean them up, and then we'll let it cool down, mount the indicators, see what it looks like. Cheers. Okay, and a couple of minutes titivation with the grinder. And it looks much prettier. Certainly not professional, but they ain't going to fall off. I should have welded down there a bit more, really. Never mind, like I said, they're part of the bike. They ain't going nowhere. Okay, I'm going to get some black paint on those, get the indicators mounted. Might pop the seat back on as well, just to see what it looks like. And at that point, we'll bring you back for a look. Right, this is where we're going to wrap it up for the day. It's only about 2 o'clock, but it's just too fucking hot for me. I can't stand the heat. So we're going to put the toys away. But there you go, we've got the indicators and the rear light mounted. And I have to say, I'm very pleased with how that's turned out. Just got to get the wiring done now. Got all the lights and indicators on it, but none of them work. So there we go. What do you think so far, guys? Right, I'm done. Catch you all later. Cheers.